Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudite Nashtapraye Shivabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhagavati Naistike. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, number 1-2 onwards. Shri Raju Vacha Yaya Gupta Sahasraksha Savahan Ripusanikan Kridannev Vinirjitya Trilokya Bhuje Shriyam Bhagwan Stanmamaya Kyahi Varma Narayana Atmakam Yathatatayena Shatrun Yena Gupto Ajayan Dite. King Parikshit inquired from Shukdev Goswami, "My lord, kindly explain the Vishnu mantra, armor that protected King Indra and enabled him to conquer his enemies along with their carriers and enjoy the opulence of the three worlds. Please explain to me that Narayan armor by which King Indra achieved success in battle, conquering the enemies who were endeavoring to kill him." Shri Badrayana Uvacha Vritah Purohitaspashtro Mahendrayananu Prichate Narayana Kayam Varmaha Tadihe Kamana Shrinu. Shri Shukdev Goswami said that King Indra, the leader of the demigods, lie with great attention. Shri Vishwarupa Vacha Dhotangri Pani Rachamya Sapavitra Udang Mukha Kritasvang Karanyasu Mantrabhyam Vagyata Shuchi Narayan Param Varma Sanyahe Paya Agati Padiyor Januno Urvo Udre Hird Yathorasi Mukhesharasya Anupurvya Donkara Dini Vine Om Namo Narayane Viparayat Athapitva. Vishwarupa said, if some form of fear arrives, one should first wash his hands and legs clean and then perform Achman by chanting this mantra, Om Apavitra Pavitra Va Sarva Avasthan Gatva Piva Yasmare Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Abhyantara Shuchi. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Then one should touch Kushagrass and sit gravely and silently facing north. When completely purified, one should touch the mantra composed of 8 syllables to the 8 parts of his body and touch the mantra composed of 12 syllables to his hands. Thus, in the following manner, he should bind himself with the Narayan coat of armor. First, while chanting the mantra composed of 8 syllables, Om Namo Narayana, beginning with the pranav, the syllable Om, one should touch his hands to 8 parts of his body, starting with the 2 feet and progressing systematically to the knees, thighs, abdomen, heart, chest, mouth, and head. Then one should chant the mantra in reverse, beginning from the last syllable, Ya. So, Om Namo Narayana. So, going back, starting with the Ya, while touching the parts of the body in the reverse order. These 2 processes are known as Utpatti Nyas and Samhara Nyas, respectively. While doing Achman, we do chant this mantra before we do the Achman, or before we go and do the deity worship, actually. Om Apavitra Parvatrava Sarva Avasthan Gato Apiva Yasmare Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Abhyantara Shuchi. Means whether we are apavitra or pavitra, whether impure or pure, or any condition, just smarit, thinking of Pundarikaksha, the Lord with the lotus eyes, that is for us is Krishna, and we become clean. Baha Bhaya Abhyantara. Inside, outside, we become clean. So, actual cleanliness comes from Krishna, and then rest of the processes are there to uh, clean oneself completely by touching different parts of the body by chanting, while chanting different mantras. Kananyasam tatah kurya dvadarakshar vidyaya pranava adya karantam angulya gushta parvasu. Then one should chant the mantra composed of 12 syllables from Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Preceding each syllable by the Omkar, one should place the syllables of the mantra on the tips of his finger, beginning with the index finger of the right hand and concluding with the index finger of the left. The 4 remaining syllables should be placed on the joints of the thumbs. So, different ways. I mean, it's, of course, here it's not explained in too much detail how one should cleanse himself. See, people who don't know all this, they think, oh, this is just superstition and some rituals. How do somebody get cleansed by this? But this is what the scriptures say, and this is how one cleanse himself inside out. To, of course, here they're going to chant the Narayan Kavach, but this is before one goes into the Garbhagriha of the deity to touch the deity, to serve the deities, one has to do all this mantra, ucharan, and cleanse himself before he's able to even go inside. That is a reason when the scriptures say that Shudras are not allowed to do the deity worship, to touch the deities. Again, Shudras doesn't mean caste. Shudras. It's never in the scriptures. Shudras means those who are in the mode of ignorance, and if they don't purify themselves by all these processes, and if they don't learn it properly, then what happens is actually the deities are very, very powerful. They're not just a murti of stone or wood or metal. Very powerful, very spiritual. So if somebody who's not qualified touches them or enters that Garbhagriha without proper qualification, then he can even die or something bad can happen. That was the reason the scriptures say Shudras are not allowed. But sanskara bhavet durija, and Kalyuga, everybody is Shudra, but sanskar, by the purificatory process, one can become a Brahman. The point is, go through the process and then become Brahman, then go worship the deities. Who's stopping? But the process is there, proper process is there. Of course, that's at the temple. At home, whatever we can follow to whatever extent, it's fine. Nyase dhridya omkaram vikaramanu murthani shakaram tu dhruvor madhe arnikaram shikhaya nyase vekaram nirtriyor yunjyan nakaram sarvasandhishu makaram astramuddishya mantra murtir vedbudha savisargam padantam tat sarva dikshu vinirdishet om vishnave nam iti. One must then chant the mantra of 6 syllables, Om Vishnave Namaha. One should place a syllable Om on his heart, the syllable V on the top of his head, the syllable Sha between his eyebrows, the syllable Gna on his tuft of hair, Shikha, and the syllable V between his eyes. The chanter of the mantra should then place the syllable Na on all the joints of his body and meditate on the syllable Ma as being a weapon. He should thus become the perfect personification of the mantra. Thereafter, adding Visarga to the final syllable Ma, he should chant the mantra Mah Astraya Fat in all directions, beginning from the east. In this way, all directions will be bound by the protective armor of the mantra. Atmanam paramam dhyaye dhyayam shat shakti yutam vidya tejas tapo murtim imam mantram udahare. After finishing this chanting, one should think himself qualitatively one with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is full in six opulences and is worthy to be meditated upon. Then one should chant the following protective prayer to Lord Narayan, the Narayan Kavach. So as it is said, after finishing this chant, one should think himself qualitatively one. Means he has become spiritualized. His body is spiritualized. His consciousness is spiritualized now. Om Harir Vidhyanamam Sarvaraksham Nyastangri Padmam Patagendra Prishte Darari Charma Sigdesha Chup Deshu Chapa Pashan Dadhano Ashtaguno Ashtabahu. The Supreme Lord who sits on the back of the bird Garuda, touching him with his lotus feet, holds 8 weapons: the conch shell, disc, shield, sword, club, arrows, bow, and ropes. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead protect me at all times with his 8 arms. He is all powerful because he fully possesses the 8 mystic powers, Anima, Lagima, etc. Thinking oneself one with the Supreme is called Ahangropasana. Through Ahangropasana, one does not become God, but he thinks of himself as qualitatively one with the Supreme. Understanding that as a spirit soul, he is equal in quality to the Supreme Soul, the way the water of a river is of the same nature as the water of the sea. One should meditate upon the Supreme Lord, as described in this verse, and seek his protection. The living entities are always subordinate to the Supreme. Consequently, their duty is to always seek the mercy of the Lord in order to be protected by him in all circumstances. So he seeks a chanter or a devotee, he seeks the mercy of the Lord and in order to be protected by him. Jaleshu mama rakshatu matsya murtir yado ganebhyo varnasya pashat sthaleshu maya vatubhamano abhyat trivikramaha khe avatu vishwarupaha. May the Lord, who assumes the body of a great fish, Matsyavar, protect me in the water from the fierce animals that associates of demigod Varuna. By expanding his illusory energy, the Lord assumed the form of the dwarf Vaman. May Vaman protect me on the land, since the gigantic form of the Lord, Vishwarupa, or the universal form, conquers the 3 worlds. May he protect me in the sky. This mantra seeks the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the water, land, and sky, in his incarnations as the fish, Vamandev, and the Vishwarupa. Durgeshvat Vyaji Mukhadishu Prabhu Paya Narsimho Asurayut Parihi Vimunchato Yasya Mahat Tahasam Disho Vine Durnyapatancha Garvaha. May Lord Narasimhadev, who appeared as an enemy of Hiranyakashipu, protect me in all directions. His loud laughing vibrated in all directions and caused the pregnant wives of the Asuras to have miscarriages. May that Lord be kind enough to protect me in difficult places like the forest and battlefront. So devotees always seek shelter of Lord Narasimhadev's protection. Actually, 2 Lord Narasimhadev and Lord Varahadev. They are especially very protective towards their devotees. Rakshat Vaso Madhvani Yagya Kalpaha Swadanshtra Yonit Dharo Varaha Ramo Adrikuteshwar Vipravase Sa Lakshmano Avyad Bharatagrajo Asman. The Supreme Indestructible Lord is ascertained through the performance of ritualistic sacrifices and is therefore known as Yageshwara. In his incarnation as Lord Bor, or Lord Varahadev, he raised the planet Earth from the water at the bottom of the universe and kept it on his pointed tusks. May that Lord protect me from rogues on the street. So Lord Bor for protection from the rogues on the street. May Parashuram protect me on the tops of the mountains, and may the elder brother of Bharat, Lord Ramachandra, along with his brother Lakshman, protect me in foreign countries. So I think I should be chanting Lord Ram's name. There are three Rams. One Ram is Parashuram, Jamandaganeya. Another Ram is Lord Ramachandra. And third Ram is Lord Balaram. In this verse, the words Ramo Adri Kuteshwa Artha indicate Lord Parshuram. The brother of Bharat Maharaj and Lakshman is Lord Ramchandra. Mam Ugra Dharma Iklat Pramada Narayana Patu Narascha Asat Dattastvayo Gadat Yoganatha Payad Gunesha Kapila Karma Bandhat. May Lord Narayan protect me from unnecessarily following false religious systems and falling from my duties due to madness. May the Lord, in his appearance as Nara, protect me from unnecessary pride. May Lord Dattatreya, the master of all mystic power, protect me from falling while performing bhakti yoga. And may Lord Kapila, the master of all good qualities, protect me from the material bondage of fruitive activities. Sanat Kumaro Avatu Kama Deva Daya Shirsha Mam Pati Deva Helana Devarshi Varya Purusharcha Chant Anantara Kurmo Harirma Niryad Shesha. May Sanat Kumar protect me from lusty desires as I begin some auspicious activity. May Lord Hayagriv protect me from being an offender by neglecting to offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord. May Devarshi Narad protect me from committing offenses in worshipping the deity. And may Lord Kurma, the tortoise, protect me from falling to the unlimited hellish planets. Lusty desires are very strong in everyone, and they are the greatest impediment to the discharge of devotional service. Therefore, those who are very much influenced by lusty desires are advised to take shelter of Sanat Kumar, the great brahmachari devotee. Narad Muni, who is a guide for Archana, is the author of Narad Pancharatra, which prescribes the regulative principles for worshipping the deity. Everyone engaged in deity worship, whether at home or in the temple, should always seek the mercy of Devarshi Narad in order to avoid the 32 offenses while worshipping the deities. These offenses in deity worship are mentioned in the nectar of devotion. So one should worship Devarshi Narad before starting the deity worship. So he's protected from committing offenses. Dhanvantar Bhagwan Patupatya Dvandvad Bhayad Rishabho Nirjitatma Yagyasya Loka Davatad Janantad Balo Ganat Krodha Vashad Ahindraha. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his incarnation as Dhanvantari relieve me from undesirable eatables and protect me from physical illness. So here you go. So Dhanvantari we can pray to for any protection from any illness. May Lord Rishabdev, who conquered his inner and outer senses, protect me from fear produced by the duality of heat and cold. Yagya protect me. May Yagya protect me from defamation and harm from the populace. And may Lord Balaram as Shesha protect me from envious serpents. To live within this material world, one must face many dangers as described here. For example, undesirable food poses a danger to health, and therefore one must give up such food. The Dhanvantari incarnation can protect us in this regard. Since Lord Vishnu is a super soul of all living entities, If he likes, he can save us from adi bhautik disturbances from other living entities. Lord Balram is a Shesha incarnation, and therefore he can save us from angry serpents or envious persons who are always ready to attack. So Lord Balram, as it is said, not just from envious serpents, but envious persons also. And in fact, they are more dangerous, more deadly than the serpents. Because snake, if he attacks and then he goes away. But the envious people, they keep on attacking again and again and again. Vyapayano Bhagwan Prabodha, Buddhastu Pashanda Gana Pramada, Kalki Kale Kalamalata Prapat, Dharma Vanayor Kritavatara. May the personality of Godhead in his incarnation, Vyasadeva, protect me from all kinds of ignorance resulting from the absence of Vedic knowledge. May Lord Buddhadeva protect me from activities opposed to Vedic principles and from laziness that causes one to madly forget the Vedic principles of knowledge and ritualistic action. May Kalki Dev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appeared as an incarnation to protect religious principles, protect me from the dirt of the age of Kali. This verse mentions various incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who appear for various purposes. Srila Vyasadeva Mahamuni compiled the Vedic literature for the benefit of all human society. If one wants to be protected from the reactions of ignorance, even in this age of Kali, one may consult the books left by Srila Vyasadeva, Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other 17 Puranas. Only by the mercy of Srila Vyasadeva do we have so many volumes of transcendental knowledge to save us from the clutches of ignorance. And about Lord Buddha, Prabhupada writes, as described by Srila Jayadeva Goswami in his Dashavatara Stotra, Lord Buddha apparently decried Vedic knowledge. Nindasi yagya videra aha shuti jatam sadai hirde darshita pashughatam keshavadhrita buddha sharira jai jagadisha hare. The mission of Lord Buddha was to save people from the abominable activity of animal killing and to save the poor animals from being unnecessarily killed. When Pashandis were cheating by killing animals on the plea of sacrificing them to in Vedic yagyas, the Lord said, if the Vedic injunctions allow animal killing, I do not accept the Vedic principles. Thus, he actually saved people who acted according to Vedic principles. One should therefore surrender to Lord Buddha so that he can help one avoid misusing the injunctions of the Vedas. So the Vedas do talk about animal sacrifice, but the wholesale animal killing that was going on in the name of Vedas, and the Brahmins, so-called Brahmins, they were eating the flesh of those animals. That was wrong. And at that time, Lord Buddha appeared to stop this. And that's why he said, if the Vedas, because people said it is mentioned in the Vedas. He said, okay, Vedas say so, I don't follow Vedas. You don't follow Vedas either, you just follow me. So indirectly, he asked them to follow the Lord. But as Prabhupada mentioned, the only thing that he did was when he said, don't follow the Vedas, that was wrong. And Prabhupada said that is why the Buddhist religion was kicked out of India. But now everything is there in India. And even in Buddhist religion, there's so many varieties, so many varieties. In Delhi, in Katwaria Sarai, there is a Buddhist temple. I'm forgetting the name of that. And actually, my father, when he was working in a private industry, he was also a civil engineer. So he got that temple constructed. Karmappa, something like that. So I also stayed there for few weeks. And in that temple, beautiful deity of Buddha, nice altar and the temple hall. But in the kitchen, they cook everything. Non-veg. They cook. All the monks there. So that's, of course, that time I didn't know at all what is going on. But it's against the philosophy of Buddha. He came to stop this animal killing. And if we go to Dharamshala, where Dalai Lama and others have taken shelter of India, and if we go to their ashram over there, they call it ashram or whatever they call it, it's plenty of stuff that goes on in the name of religion, which should not be happening. And that's that because so many varieties of Buddhism are going on. It's sad. The Kalki avatar is a fierce incarnation who vanquishes the class of the atheists born in this age of Kali. Now, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, many religious principles are in effect. And as Kali Yuga advances, many pseudo-religious principles will certainly be introduced, and people will forget the real religious principles enunciated by Lord Krishna before the beginning of Kali Yuga, namely principles of surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Unfortunately, because of Kali Yuga, foolish people do not surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. Even most people who claim to belong to the Vedic system of religion are actually opposed to the Vedic principles. Every day they manufacture a new type of dharma on the plea that whatever one manufactures is also a path of liberation. Atheistic men generally say, Yatamat Tatulpat. According to this view, there are hundreds and thousands of different opinions in human society. And each opinion is a valid religious principle. This philosophy of rascals has killed the religious principles mentioned in the Vedas, and such philosophies will become increasingly influential as Kali Yuga progresses. In the last stage of Kali Yuga, Kalki Dev, the fierce incarnation of Keshav, will descend to kill all the atheists and will save only the devotees of the Lord. So we think Kali Yuga is bad now, it is going to get more and more bad. And so many principles. Even if we go look at Christianity, there are thousands and thousands of denominations of Christianity. I don't think Jesus Christ gave all this, but everybody they just made up their own understanding of what Jesus Christ said, what Jesus Christ means, and this or that. And there's so many denominations. And the funny thing is, this is very, very surprising. People of one church, they do not go. They themselves don't go, and also from the other church, they're not welcomed in the other churches. You can only go to that particular denomination. That's it. And it's crazy. Although they all are Christians, but this is how they work here. In fact, in Delhi, I met a couple from Kerala, Christian couple, and they told me that they moved to Delhi because of job reasons. So they used to go to one particular church in Kerala. And since they didn't have that branch of that church here in Delhi, they could not go to any church. I said, this is nonsense. This is a place of God. You should be able to go. In our religion, there is no demarcation like that. And we go to every temple. Anybody can go to any temple, but not in that. So this is certainly the effect of Kali Yuga. Everybody wants to keep their congregation and not let it go, without understanding that if we surrender to Krishna, he will take care of everything. What's the problem? But anyway, so different things that Vishwarupa told Indra and the other demigods to pray to different incarnations for protection. So for protection from illness, we can pray to Dhanvantari, Lord Dhanvantari. But as Prabhupada mentioned many times, that when Krishna appeared, all the incarnations appeared in his body. So when we chant the holy name of Krishna through Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, every incarnation is there in the name of Krishna. So we can pray to Krishna for protection from illness or getting better from illness. That's not a problem. We can pray, or even Lord Jagannath, and have full faith in the Lord that He will make everything okay. So anyway, we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments. Okay, so you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.